Hey everybody, my name is Jody. I just wanted to come on here and bring some hope to someone who may feel hopeless today. You may feel like your life is spiraling out of control, or maybe even you've messed up so bad that you can never go forward again. I want to bring hope to you. I'm a little nervous because this is my first video, but I'm just going to do it. I have spent years in addiction, years in prison. I was sentenced to 10 years when I was 19 years old. I did 8.5 years on that. I got out, went back to addiction. So I have spent many wasteful years messing up. I was that one that everybody thought, she'll never change. She's always going to be an addict. She's always going to be in trouble. She's always going to do the wrong thing. I was that person that your mother never wanted you to hang out with. But now I'm that one that your mother prays that you'll hang out with. I just wanted to come on here and share today because today is 4 years clean and sober. And a lot of people have asked me how I've done it. How did you get clean? And I don't think there's a one shoe fits all that works. I think that each individual is different. We all have a story. We all have a story to tell. I just want to get on here and share mine. I have so many layers to my testimony, but I'm not going to share them all right now. I just want to make this video short, sweet, and to the point. At the age of 12, 13 years old, I started abusing drugs all the way up until I went to prison at 19. I abused drugs. I ran away from home. I was Baker acted. I was in rehabs program. Nothing changed me. Nothing helped me. I always went back. I would always go back to the same thing. I may do good for a couple months, but then I'd go right back to the same cycle over and over again. My poor mother. Now that I'm a mother of two, I think, wow, my poor mother. 4 years ago, I was I was at the darkest point in my life. I had already done prison time. You would think that my life would have been different. I would have never wanted to go back there, right? I went into a worse prison than the physical prison I was in with drugs. I went from just doing them to injecting them and losing myself, completely losing who I was. I lost my apartment. I lost my car. I didn't have my children with me. I lost a good job I had. I was going from house to house, had nowhere to stay. All I had was a book bag full of clothes and didn't know whether they were going to be stolen or not. What house I was at just depended. From motel to motel, it was horrible. At the time, I guess I didn't really realize how far gone I had gone until the last time I went to jail. 2016, I went to jail 4 times. The last time I went, I had to spend 75 days. In that 75 days, I was able to get clean. I was able to get sober. I was able to think more clearly, realize the pain that I was causing my children, the pain I was causing my family, and I hated myself. I hated who I had become. I did all that time in prison and I thought, I'm going to get home, I'm going to be a good mother, I'm going to do this. I had all these dreams of who I wanted to be when I got out, and as I sat there hopeless in that jail cell, like, here I am again, doing this again, feeling like the shame, the guilt, embarrassment that I felt sitting there going, why am I doing this to myself again? I realized I don't want to do this no more. I communicated with my mom, like, when I get out, you're not leaving my sight. I don't want to go back to drugs. But I don't know how much my family really believed me, because, you know, this was the same thing I always did. I'd go to jail and I'd say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go back. I don't want to do drugs. I want to do the right thing. And then next thing you know, maybe a week, maybe a day, maybe a month from then, I would be doing the same thing. So here I am. I get out of jail and I'm still not happy. I'm still just going in the motions, and I can feel it. I can feel that urge wanting to go back to the drug. I could feel it, and I can't really explain it unless you've been there. You don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's like this darkness that just calls you back to it, and you can't really fight it in your own strength. And I think that's where a lot of addicts they go wrong, because they try to fight it in their own strength. I'm going through the motions. I'm going everywhere with my mom, even to work. Like, I don't want to be left alone. I let go of everybody that I hung out with. I didn't want any communication. I got off Facebook. I got off every social media thing, because I just wanted to hide. I wanted to hide from anybody and everybody that I thought was going to bring me down. I was determined. I am going to fight this, right? So fast forward a little while, probably about a week or two after I had been out, we were on our way to a prayer meeting, and I just started crying in the car. I told my mom, I'm like, if God doesn't take this addiction from me, I'm gonna go back tonight and I'm gonna get high. And it was such a raw moment for me, because it was like I was confessing for the first time. I was admitting to my mom, like, I can't do this. I'm going to go get high. Any other time, it was manipulation. It was lying. It was I would get high and I'd come home, pretend like I wasn't. It was all like that whole manipulative thing. But this time was different, because I was like, I was confessing it to her. I was telling her, like, I'm gonna go get high tonight if God doesn't take this from me. And I was desperate. I was so desperate. I had my kids in the back of the car. I'm crying. I'm like, I don't want to hurt them, but at the same time, it's like this thing is just pulling at me and pulling at me. It's like I have no control. I felt like I had no control. So we go in there on the porch at this prayer meeting, and I'll never forget this night. This night was the night that my life completely changed. It started in jail, but it was this night that I was totally delivered and set free from addiction. Because there's a difference. Like, you can be clean and then you can be set free. Like, I had been clean before for a week, a month. Even when I was in prison, I was clean for 8.5 years, and then a couple years after that. So I was clean. I had done it before, but this time it was different. I go onto the porch, and there's like 2 or 3 people there. They're praying, and I go in there and I just sit down with my head down like this, and I'm just crying and I'm praying. And I'm like, Lord, please take this from me. Please. It was just, I was broken. I was broken. I didn't want to do it. It was like a inner struggle going on, right? So all of a sudden something rose up in me, and it was like, I stood up and I was like, I need you to take this from me, God, now. And I was marching back and forth, and I was like, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And if I don't have your joy, I have no strength at all. And I was just screaming back and forth, and I was screaming at God. And everybody that was in that prayer room, they just got around me. My mom, her friend, I can't even really remember who all was there, but I just remember them coming around me and just laying their hands on me and just praying. And I could just feel this this overwhelming joy come over me. Here I am, this girl who's broken, and I am desperate for change. I am desperate for deliverance. I can't do this anymore. I'm like, Lord, it like clicked. It like clicked. Without the joy of the Lord, I have no strength. And it was just chains as they're praying for me, and I'm praying and screaming to God. I can just feel the chains just breaking off of me. It's like pop, 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 and it's like freedom, freedom. And then all of a sudden I just started laughing. It was like joy, joy, uncontrollable joy. And it was in that moment that I knew that I was going to be okay. God had heard my prayer. He had heard me, and he had came there just for me to set me free. It's like in that moment, it's like so exciting to know that when we are desperate, God will come. Like, if I have one thing to say to you today, that if you're struggling with addiction, it doesn't matter if it's drugs, whether it's food, whatever your addiction is, if you're struggling with this and it's bringing guilt and shame on you, I encourage you to get desperate today. I encourage you to cry out to God. Cry out to God and tell him how desperate you are. Like, he hears you. He hears you. Like, it's that moment. You know, there's people have gotten clean through rehab, and they have gotten clean through NA and AA and all these different things. Those things never worked for me. Those things never worked for me. I've been Baker acted. I've been in rehab. I've been in program. Everything that you can possibly think of, I have been there, done that, and did not work. What set me free was me becoming desperate before God and saying, Lord, if you don't take this, I'm going back, but I don't want to go back. I need you. I need you to come, and I need you to come now. And he came. He came. I'm here to tell you that there is hope. There is hope that you didn't do something so bad that you can't be forgiven. You haven't messed up so bad that you can't come back from it. Just think, if you decide today to change, today, just think about 4 years from now. Here I am, 4 years from that moment, and I have a brand new vehicle. I have my own business. I have my children. Restoration has taken place. I am happy. It's awesome. It's awesome what God can do in your life, and he can do it if you ask him. All you have to do is get desperate for change, and it will come. It will come. It may not look like my story. It may not look like someone else's story. We are all individual things in our life that have held us back. I mean, I don't think there's one person in this whole world that has not struggled with something in their life. Here I am today, literally owning my own business, and I was in prison for 8.5 years. And, you know, when people find out that you've been in prison, usually you think they're gonna look down on you. People get to know me and they find out that I've been in prison, and they're shocked. They're shocked. When they find out that I was a drug addict, they're shocked. Because you know what? Who the Lord sets free, he sets free. Like, I am free. I am free from all of that. And now my life, I want to help others get free. I am set free to set others free. And I hope that by me being honest and real to people, that they will see that if she can do it, I can do it. I hope that this video helped somebody today. I hope that it touches somebody's heart today. Just to let you know that God is here. He does love you. And no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, no matter what, God loves you, and he is here for you. And he wants to He wants to help you. He wants to. He's just waiting on you to get desperate. He's waiting on you to cry out to him. And I just encourage you today, if you are desperate for change, to cry out to God. He will come. And thank you for letting me share my story. Let me get on here. I'm going to put a picture at the end of this video just so that you can see like night and day, like how the Lord brought me from darkness to light, and how, you know, unless you knew me back then, you won't really know how far gone I was. And maybe there's some people watching this video who did know me back then, and you've seen the change in me, and you are wanting change and you don't know how to get there. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I want to help. I want to help see people get free. I want to help people get their life back. Like, there's life and death. Like, choose life. Choose life. It's so much better. Your children are waiting on you. If I have to say that a million times, your children are waiting on you to get clean. Get clean. Get clean. They need you. Restoration has taken place in my family like you would not believe. God is doing something, and it's amazing. It really is amazing. I'm gonna go for now, but I will be making more videos soon, and it's exciting to know that this Christmas is 4 years of sobriety.